This is Kathleen with Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service, located at 627 North Collington Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code is 21205. Our phone number is 410-668-6000. Website is www.kalventagtitle.com. Hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday is 11 to 6. I'm also a Pennsylvania licensed agent here in the state of Maryland. Today, I want to talk about frequently asked questions here in the state of Maryland. I only have few of them here, so if I remember more, I'll write it down as I go on this video. So the first question would be, what if I buy a vehicle and the seller forgot to sign the title? If the seller forgot to sign the title, you contact the seller immediately on the phone. Say, sir, please, I need you to sign this title. You forgot to sign this title. And if there are more than one seller, please make sure the two parties sign the title. What if the seller is not available to sign the title, or sellers are not available to sign the title? So what will happen is, if for some reason maybe the seller is on vacation and they can't come immediately to sign the title, what you suggest to the seller to do is give you power of attorney. They should write the letter in this format. I, the seller, print his or her full name, authorize Mr. mention the buyer's name to sign a 2000, the year, make, and model of the vehicle, the VIN number, and the title number on my behalf. And after that, they should sign, print, and then attach a copy of their license. Also the seller should include his or her phone number on this statement, and for that statement, make sure it's either it's handwritten or anyhow it is. Make sure it's the original copy. You bring us the original copy and make sure the seller gives you a copy of their driver's license. That's the only way we will allow you to sign this title on behalf of the seller. So please make sure, if they didn't give you their driver's license, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You have to wait until the seller is available to sign the title. What happens if the seller of the vehicle sign on the buyer section? Yeah, we do have some people that don't know how to sign the title. They will just sign anywhere and then they mess up the title. So in that case, if the seller sign on your section, you go back to the seller, you tell the seller, please, you made a mistake. Or if you are there and the seller made that mistake, you tell the seller, please, I need you to write a statement. In short, they have to write that statement before a notary public. You tell the seller, you have two options. Either you have the seller write a statement before a notary public. Make sure you get it notarized that they mistakenly sign on the buyer section. If they can't do that, let them give you a duplicate title. Let them get a duplicate title. Or if the buyer witnessed the seller sign on the wrong spot, you're free to go before a notary public. You explain, you the buyer, that you witnessed the seller sign on the wrong spot. If you have that information, you can bring it to us and then we get registered. And also, if they made a mistake, we can do arrow, like the seller will point that arrow to the seller's section and have the buyer sign. We cross it, use a pen to cross that this is the signature, but the buyer must make a statement that the seller signed on the wrong spot. Otherwise, we need a duplicate title. Can I register a vehicle with a bill of sale? No. You cannot register a vehicle with a bill of sale. If someone is trying to sell you a vehicle and there's no bill of sale, please ask them to request for a duplicate title. Have them come to us, request for a duplicate title, and when they get that duplicate title, they should flip the back and then sign the title back to you. Sign the title, yes, for you. Sign the title where it says seller signature, then let them sign. If there are two sellers, let the co-seller sign on the other section, put the price, dates, and then mileage, and the price. I believe I've said the price on the title. Okay, I bought a vehicle, but the seller didn't give me the title and gave me a bill of sale, and I can't find the seller. That's a big problem right there. When you buy, there's nothing in Maryland whereby you register a vehicle with a bill of sale. For a tag and title, we don't register. If you don't have the title, we can't help you. So if someone is giving you a bill of sale and you can't find the person, you have to go to MVA. You don't come to us. You go to MVA or call MVA. MVA will explain how you go about it. Because if you're coming to me and you don't have the title and you're presenting to me a bill of sale, I can't help you. So every time you're buying a vehicle, make sure the title is there for that seller to make a sale. If you don't see the title, please do not buy that vehicle. My car can't pass the safety inspection. What do I do? If your vehicle can't pass the safety inspection, there's nothing we can do. MVA cannot do anything for you, or neither can I do anything for you. So what you do in this case, if you have spent so much money to fix the car and yet the car can't pass the inspection, so what you have to do is to gather your receipts, make appointments, go to MVA and explain that situation to MVA. When MVA have seen all the receipts that you have spent so much money to get the vehicle to pass the inspection, MVA might give you a waiver. MVA might give you a waiver for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. And then you carry that waiver with you in case you get pulled over until the vehicle is properly fixed and then pass the safety inspection. There's nothing a tag and title agent can do for you. When you come to us, the system will be waiting for the safety inspection for us to extend that registration. So if you can't pass the inspection, take all your receipts to MVA. If MVA believes you, MVA will give you a waiver. That way they give you more time to get the vehicle to pass the safety inspection. I cancelled my auto insurance but forgot to return my plate, and now I have been flagged for insurance violation. Yes, that's correct. If you sell your vehicle, the first thing to do is to return your plate to a nearby MVA or a nearby tag and title office. Get a receipt. Once you get that receipt, then you cancel your insurance. But if you do the other way, whereby you cancel your insurance and you're still holding on to the plate, you are incurring fees. The fees used to be, the first fine used to be $150 and then $7 per day. I don't know how much MVA has increased it to, so please contact MVA and find out how much they've increased it to. So in order for you not to have insurance violation, please make sure you return your plates to MVA or to any tag and title place before you cancel your insurance. Otherwise, if you cancel your insurance and you're still holding on to that plate, you're incurring fees daily plus the actual fee. Okay? My registration is suspended because I failed to perform emission test. What do I do? If your vehicle failed, because some people, sometimes they come to us, oh, I didn't receive the letter from MVA to go for emission test. If your situation is that you are in a situation whereby you are already flagged, so what to do if your vehicle does not have any check engine lights? Take the vehicle to the Google VEIP stations near me. You're going to see a lot of them. Go to the station, drive through go through for the emission test. If your vehicle does not have a check engine light, the vehicle will pass the emission test, and MVA should be able to remove that suspension flag on you. But if you have other flags, then that's between you and the police. And also, if you can, okay, this one you're already flagged. There's another situation whereby you received it in the mail, and you know that you have a check engine light, that this vehicle will not pass the emission test. What to do is go online or log into your MVA account, request for extension. Extension will give you maybe like a month or two. I don't know how long. Request for extension. That way MVA will give you more time for you to get that check engine light fixed and then take your vehicle for the emission test so that it can pass the inspection. Can I register a vehicle if my driver's license is expired or suspended? Yes, the system will allow you to register a vehicle when your license is suspended or when your license is expired. The system will allow you to register a vehicle, but who drives it? You can't drive with a suspended license or a expired license. Someone else can drive your vehicle for you. But as far putting a vehicle in your name with a suspended license or expired license, the system will allow a tag and title agent to register the vehicle.
Motion detected at front door.
Remember, if you're caught driving with an expired plate or a suspended license, the police will arrest you or put you off the road. I don't know, for a suspended license, maybe you'll be ticketed or you'll be arrested. I'm not sure. So when you are able to put that vehicle in your name, do not drive it. Look for a licensed person, someone that their license is valid to drive that vehicle. Otherwise, if you drive the vehicle, yeah, you get a serious fine or ticket, or probably they will take you to jail or whatever. I don't know how it works. What do I do after fixing the work order ticket the police gave to me? Okay, this is like a situation whereby police gave you a work order. The police gave you a work order, and you have fixed everything, and you don't know what to do from there. If a Baltimore city gave you that ticket, you go to the precinct, go to a nearby precinct, drive your vehicle there, and have them look over it. And once they see that everything is fixed, the police will sign off on it. Or I believe they say also a Maryland safety inspector can also do this inspection. So you first of all go to a nearby Maryland safety inspection and ask them if they can inspect the work order ticket that you got, that you have fixed everything. Please check it to see. I believe, yeah, I read it somewhere on MVA website that an inspector, a Maryland safety inspector can sign off on this work order. So you take it there, or you go to a nearby precinct of that jurisdiction. If Baltimore County gave you the ticket, you go to their precinct. If Baltimore City gave you a ticket, you go to Baltimore City. So it has to be that jurisdiction of that ticket that you go and have them sign off, have the police look at it and then sign off on it. Or you go to a nearby inspector, and the inspector should be able to sign off on it. We also have this situation whereby a guy came to me one time. I think he said my girlfriend registered my vehicle because I had insurance violation that prevented me from registering the vehicle. Now my girlfriend is gone with my vehicle. How do I retrieve my car? That's a problem right there, There's no proof that you own this vehicle unless you made a statement before the registration that, look, this is my vehicle. I am giving you the permission to register. Yeah. Otherwise, this is bullshit. You're going to get into trouble, What you have to do is to make peace with your girlfriend, be nice to her, see how you can reconcile with her if that's the situation, to have her, to get her to sign the title over to you. You get the title, have her turn the back, and then sign the title over to you, and then you get the vehicle from her. Or if that's the situation, you're free to call the police. I don't know how you're gonna show the police that this vehicle is yours. So it's very difficult. When you have insurance violation, we also advise you to go and pay that ticket instead of putting the vehicle in someone else's name, because if you have issues with that person will put you through hell. That person will put you through hell. So please don't put a vehicle in someone else's name. If you have a flag, go to MVA, rectify the flag, and then come back and get your car registered. My aunt financed my vehicle, but I want to register it in my name. What do I do? There's a loan. Your aunt helped you to put this vehicle in your name or finance the vehicle because you weren't qualified to register this vehicle or qualified to get a loan. And now I had a customer who came to me, the car is mine, my auntie financed for me, and I want to put the vehicle in my name. Please, can you give me tags? I said, excuse me? If your aunt financed the vehicle, make sure you have paid in full. And this guy got angry, slammed my door and left, like as if I was the problem. You finance a vehicle, someone helped you to finance a vehicle, continue paying until that vehicle is paid off. If someone finances that you want to put in your name, go take your auntie to the lien holder and explain to the lien holder you no longer want your aunt to finance the vehicle, and the lien holder will give a lien release to take off your aunt from that registration and carry over the new contract. Make a new contract whereby they carry over the outstanding balance to you. That's the only way you'll be able to register the vehicle. There must be a lien release that will take your hands off of it, and then a new contract the lender will make for you to continue to pay until that loan is paid off. I bought a car for someone. When I tried to register the vehicle, I was told the person is deceased. What do I do? Yes, this is a common issue. If the deceased signed the title prior to the death, because there was this guy that bought a car from a deceased. The guy did not register the vehicle, and then when he now came to register the vehicle was flagged that the person has passed away. So in a situation like that, you have to go and find the family member or any of the family members, to give you the death certificate, because we want to make sure that this title was signed prior to the death. If that title was signed after the death, then you have a problem right there. Then we need State of Maryland letters of administration, whoever signed it, or if there was a will, it's gonna be a whole lot. I don't want to explain all of that. So if you bought a vehicle and the deceased signed it, but you didn't get it registered, make sure there's a date on that signature on the back of the title, because we want to validate the date that that the death happened after the signature on that title. Do you understand me?